Hi guys, it's been a long time since we analyzed a replay. So here we go with a 4-player game. Coming to the next season, we are preparing for 4-player arena. Four excellent players here. I got the Halicarnassus, and just because we are preparing for the next season, I thought that during the preparation I will mainly try to play Halicarnassus on the A side, to try if there is a scenario where I would want to play the A side. Here I'm between the Giza and Babylon. So looking at the last stage, it actually enables both of my last stages just because of the natural resource from those wonder. But of course, Giza is tend to acquire much more stone than Babylon is to acquire wood, especially that I expect a Babylon B side, to be honest. And there is also Alexandria in the game, so I was afraid that on the B side I can even get into a green war with with my opposite opponent, and that would probably not give me a win in this game. So I decided to like, all this considering, I decided to give Halicarnassus a try here, and I think I will continue to do that in some games to come. But I do think it's weaker than the Knight side. And with that long intro, please stick to the end because the end is pretty epic for this one. Hand one. Let's go through like what instantly jumps to my mind. I open with, I would say, a hand that predestines me to go to brown red strategy. Whenever there is a green guy to your left, that's really good because that means in the third round, when they are passing you cards, they will take the green cards and they will like leave you the good cards for you. So you have a lot of picks. If you have a green opponent, it's better to have it on the left than on the right. Also, it's much easier to block them in the second round, which really matters. So I have no problem going into the brown strategy here. And naturally, of course, if you watch this channel, there is a duel. I'm going to grab it if I'm not going green. Orvain, I think it's weaker. And you don't want to pass the timber yard to Giza, just because it has the resources that it requires. Theater, I think it's pretty weak. What's important on this hand also is that one of the reds will be back. It's actually all the reds, so if I'm prepared for all the resources, I'm probably able to grab double red from this hand. I'm probably able to grab the red from this hand. Let's go. Here we get another duel. As you can see, Babylon is preparing heavily for the green strategy. That's pretty reasonable. So I'm going to just grab the clay pit. I do think it's better than the claypool. And with that, we secure the red from the hand that will probably make its way back to us. And the plan is to go for double red, actually. So here, I think this is the hand where I make a mistake, maybe slightly. Orvain is pretty decent here. And I was thinking that maybe I'll grab the Orvain on the way back, but they are on the same hand that the red. So I think I went buffs here, just for the points. But I think Orvain might be a little safer and better because of that. I went for like the cheeky buffs here. But both of those lines make sense, but maybe I like Orvain a little better. So here is the hand where we would love to get the lumberyard. But if we want a double red, we have to pick guard tower, and I went for the guard tower. I'm not sure if I care that much about the lumberyard, but I care about either lumberyard or Orvain. So that was a bit unfortunate, I would say. And here the hand that makes its way back to us. I was kind of afraid that he's gonna pick Stockade from this one, but probably I shouldn't be. And maybe it was better to play just for one red. Here we are picking Stockade, of course. But it really doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter because we passed the red, I think. So we are picking Stockade here. And on the last one, we do not have access to Glassworks, so we don't mind picking Glassworks, honestly. And we have money to secure the Caravanserai. With a resource base like that, it's really important going into the second round to be able to afford Caravanserai if it pops on your hand, just because it solves a lot of your problems. And the Caravanserai is here. What's more important is that there is a walls here, so we hope to get Caravanserai into some red. That would be ideal for us. With that in mind, we kind of solve all our problems for the resource, so we can focus on gaining points. So that would mean red and blue primarily. This stage, like the weakest point of this stage is the middle one. It's actually like really weak, just because it's pretty hard to get value out of it if you are not in a green splash, I would say. Even if you're like full green, then of course you can throw and get one thing back up. That's decent, but honestly, if you just want to like make something here, there is really not a good time to play it. After the second round, you are getting like just a bad card from the second round, so that's not ideal. And I think that's like the main challenge, because the first stage is pretty good. It's just your basic 3-pointer. And the last stage is really good. Like the free stone you can actually make work a lot of the time, and it's actually pretty decent cost for a stage. But this one, it has an awkward cost because it requires you to have all the grace, and yeah, ability not that powerful. So here I think I make another mistake. I should go stables, but I think I went. No, I'm not sure. I think I went stables. Yeah, but Aqueduct is like to be considered, but then he can like play for red also. That's kind of harsh here. So here we are. There is not many good picks, I would say here. And I think I should consider dispensary here, but I didn't. So I think I've just hidden a sawmill, which is reasonable. But there is on. Maybe I hit the foundry. I've probably hit the foundry. There is not much to hide or play here, so that this is like a hand that you can kinda do whatever. I think we can make like we can go dispensary into laboratory. Cut this guy off and maybe do some stuff, but yeah. I hit sawmill. After a foundry would have been better, but foundry is still getting built, so it didn't matter. In the end, here I go just for the courthouse. That's, I would say, the only reasonable pick from this hand. Unfortunately, Giza is pushing a lot of red, so that's pretty bad for me. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't go green, because other players are hiding the green. So I wouldn't have gotten it. Here I would say press is reasonable, just round up your resources. We are still just 4 cards in, so the 5th one wouldn't hurt. And on the last, like, we are kinda getting lucky, I would say. We are getting Brickyard that chains into Temple from our discard, so that's actually, I think, probably as well as you can do with the stage, usually. Like, of course, you can also throw for red and get back red later. That's also something you can do. In the discard, not much. We can draw on red, which just hurts this guy. So I would rather Temple from this hand. One thing that you can also do is like round up your resources at the end, but still, like getting there, these are okay costs, but not the easiest one. So let's go into round 3. Let's first talk about what's the situation before round 3. Giza is ahead so far. This is like the resources are pretty bad, but like the situation here is very decent. I would say that Babylon is actually pretty much behind. Not the best resources and not too much green so far, but it will really depends what happens here. We are in pretty good position, like Giza has to play a red, so I was actually pretty confident that I can actually even win this game. And I started just with the Decorators Guild. When this hand comes back, I expect a blue or a Arsenal or a red. But with Haven here, you actually see a problem. There will be a lot of cards that are not great for us. We have a pretty good base, but we are still like, we still need to pay for resources. So this could be a challenge, and because we are Halicarnassus, people are much less afraid of playing red against us. So that's something that we also lost. Important thing that I just remember with the press pickup, it's actually significant because of the Chamber of Commerce. We let ourselves one more good pick in the last round. So here, let's go Decorators. That Giza Guild is really scary for us, and there is nothing good on this hand. We do not have enough yellow to make it work. I think going into red prematurely here would be a mistake. Whenever I have a situation like this, I like to let this guy play it, especially that after that I saw that there are a total of 4 red that can potentially come back to us. So in the end, I decided to just steal the Lighthouse here. We are very likely to play Arena, and we are very likely to play Chamber of Commerce. That makes it this, I would say, barely playable. And here again, we get Arena and Chamber of Commerce. A little unfortunate that they're on one hand, but of course we are stealing Arena if we can from our friend Fopeka here. And he's forced to play a red here, which is kind of nice for us. We know that there is potentially a Gardens coming, so I think we should probably play... No, Gardens is not coming, so we can play Gardens from this hand, just straight up. And here, nothing too good. I don't remember what was on the last one, but I think it's just Haven from this one. And because nothing was there. And yeah, it was there, but it's pretty bad. So we are just finishing. The game went pretty good, except for like Haven and Lighthouse pick. Haven turns out to be like 2 and 2, so not even 3 points. Lighthouse turned out to... I'm going to count Lighthouse as 4 and 2, so that's actually pretty good. So we had like one bad pick, but not many amazing picks. We have like Gardens, we have like Decorators. That was like not ideal. Decorators was nice, and the Wonder stage is nice, but not much else. We didn't hit the guilds, to be honest. Like the yellow guild would have been amazing for us, for example. Also, this one would have been really good. We could have paid for that. That would cost us 4 gold, but it's still 9 points. We haven't hit an 8-pointer also, so that was a bit unfortunate, I would say. But let's see in the end what is the result of all of this. And as you can see, this is a 4-way tie. I've never seen something like this. I've played like 5,000 games, more than 5,000 probably at this point, and I've never seen like this, something like this. In the end, I think no one would bet on Alexandria here, and he actually won. I think there was some misplay here. Giza thought like Alexandra is so much behind, but actually with just the double red, it actually enabled him to win this one on the tiebreaker, but still it enabled him to win this one. Funny thing is that if you give me 1 gold or if you take 1 gold away from him, I'm winning. So that's great. And you know, if you give like 2 gold here or 2 gold there, they are also winning. So that's like, I don't think you can get closer than this. Like I dare to say this is the closest game of all time, and that you will see. Like, and this was not like, nobody was like engineering this, because obviously you can, like, you know, you can tie everyone at a 7-player table if they just throw cards all around. But this was just a competitive game played between like very good players, and it still turned out to be like this. I think this side has something to it, but again, the main downside is the second one, that it's hard to use. But other than that, like I think it's reasonable if you can like get a strategy where you incorporate the gray and you make it work. I think you can be satisfied with this side as well. Yeah. It's something else, so people are also not prepared for it a lot of the time. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I really enjoyed, like, when we played this, there was like, wow, oh my god, comments in the chat, and I knew that I'm going to make a video about that one. So let me know what you guys think, and see you later. Bye.